What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, giving you guys a quick update on a story that I covered a couple of days ago on this channel, and that is related to the coronavirus, or as we in the Yu-Gi-Oh community have pretty much been calling it, the Crush Card virus. So it looks like, yeah, guys, things are just going to be getting worse before they get better, unfortunately. In the video that I talked about a couple of days ago, I discussed how the YCS happening right here in Charlotte, North Carolina was actually officially postponed indefinitely. Now, this was huge news in the Yu-Gi-Oh community because obviously Charlotte was going to be kind of like the official goodbye of Master Rule 4, and it was going to be the last event of MR4, and a lot of people were, excited to play at that event, and it's really kind of unheard of for a YCS level event or a Nationals level event to be canceled or postponed. It just really doesn't happen. I mean, it happens all the time with regionals, but with a YCS level event, it really doesn't happen. But regardless, it did end up getting postponed. We still don't know the date of YCS Charlotte, although my best guess is I think it's going to happen after the summer. I think it's probably going to be like August or September. But anyways, Konami EU just gave us an update as well as some PTOs in the United States over here, guys. And as I said before, the news unfortunately just keeps getting worse because there have been more postponements and more official cancellations, and I'm just going to give you guys the Cliff Notes version of this. Now, the first thing that I'm going to read, this only affects European events, so keep that in mind. But if you guys want to know my honest prediction, I think if you have any type of Yu-Gi-Oh event that's not a locals, like any regionals or nationals before May, I think it's probably not going to happen. But anyways, I'll go ahead and read this verbatim. It says, relating to the COVID-19, if you guys don't know what COVID-19 is, that's coronavirus, previously known as 2019 novel coronavirus, we have decided to postpone World Championship Qualifier Regional 2020 events taking place before April 15th, 2020. On top of this, all World Championship Qualifier National 2020 events taking place before May 1st, 2020 are now postponed. This means that if you live in Europe and you have any regionals over basically, well, let's see, it's March 13th. So yeah, if you have any regionals in Europe over the next 4 weeks, they are 100% postponed. They're not going to happen at that point. And I guess you'd honestly just have to wait for Konami to announce the new date. But just know that none of those regionals over the next month are going to happen when it comes to Europe. In addition to that, Austrian nationals and German nationals are also going to be postponed. Now, I'm sure Konami will try everything in their best, efforts to try to get these events to take place, and specifically when it comes to nationals, because national season is time sensitive. Regionals and YCSs, Konami can push those things back to November. They can push them back to, maybe sometime after the summer, like September, October, November, until, it's a later time where we have the coronavirus under wraps. But the national events kind of scare me, because these are events that are scheduled basically like a month from now, and if Konami plans on moving them back too far, then it could obviously, conflict with the world scheduling, and then it's like, how far do they want to go? Do they want to potentially push worlds back? Like, this is why I said I really think national season this year is in jeopardy, because I really don't think the coronavirus is going to be in check by May. I feel like it's probably just going to start maybe getting better at that point. But I saw some estimates that say that 30% of the US population is going to end up getting it, so it's kind of hard for me to believe that we'll have this thing contained by then. But anyways, your regionals over the next month in Europe have been postponed. Same thing for the Austrian and German nationals. And it is also starting to affect the United States of America. Well, I'll just say North America, because it's not just affecting the US, but it's also starting to affect Canada as well. If you guys go to regional level events over here in North America, you guys are probably familiar with this page. It has all the regional dates and where the locations are, if there are any if there are any attendance caps or anything like that. And yeah, guys, you see this in orange lettering. Some of the events have already started being canceled. You see right here, The Columbus Regional officially canceled. Let's see, the Rosemont, Illinois. I know that's always a big one. MCO 40, Rogue Hero. They usually go to that event. I think DZF goes to that one too. That event has been canceled. This regionals in Pennsylvania has been canceled. Glendale, Arizona has been canceled. Seattle, Washington. That's just a hotbed for the crush card virus over there. I know that the state of Washington is having a serious problem with it. So that event has been canceled. Philadelphia, PA, that's been canceled as well. And then Anaheim, California. If I'm not mistaken, they can't even have the Anaheim one because the city of Anaheim is just like the government's kind of cracking down there when it comes to large events. And I think I don't know the exact number of the exact number that Anaheim has put on it. I want to say it's 500, but I could be wrong about that. I don't believe that any public gatherings can be 500 people or more. But you guys can see basically about 10 regionals have already been canceled. A couple of them in Canada and Winnipeg, and also Scarborough, Ontario. I don't know what MB means. I don't know what that province is, but yeah, guys, I honestly don't think that this is I don't think that this is the end. Honestly, I expect a lot more of these events to be canceled, at least until about May. And if you look at the current regional schedule, it goes into the last week of April. And to me, it doesn't, I just really don't think that these PTOs are going to want to risk having anywhere from 3 to 700 players, because you know you got Texas and California and Pennsylvania or Philly that get these huge regionals. I don't think they're going to want to risk having these events where the crush virus could end up spreading. And you have to think about it, it's not just the players, it's not just us who are at risk, but it's also Konami staff. I mean, the judges have to be there, obviously the PTO people have to be there, the vendors have to be there. Like, it's really everyone at risk. If a PTO is basically saying that, hey, forget it, let's just go ahead and host it, it's like, well, your people are at risk too. And Konami Konami employees, the judges, they're at risk. Like, I honestly think Konami, this is just my prediction, I think that basically every one of these events is going to end up being canceled. It's unfortunate, and Konami probably will try to reschedule these events. I know I had an event in Greenville, South Carolina regional that I've been attending for the past like a year or so, which is like really fun. But I just wanted you guys to know that there are more cancellations that have already been announced, and there probably just aren't going to be any official premiere events in Europe and North America probably until maybe June or like late May at the earliest. It just is what it is, guys. It's no one's fault, but I just wanted you guys to know this is currently what's happening. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.